Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a gem. Back in 1980, Corum embraced a baguette movement made of solid gold, conceived by Vincent Calabrese and rejected by multiple brands due to the ascendancy of quartz during the period. The Golden Bridge, as it became, represented Corum's embrace of luxury mechanical watchmaking, even in the face of setbacks to quartz timepieces. So the Golden Bridge evolved over time as one of the most iconic and recognizable Corum products. Corum, known more as a design house rather than a movement manufacturer, offers here a modern take on the Golden Bridge in white gold with a little bit of movement engineering assistance from Vaucher manufacture. This is the Corum Golden Bridge in white gold, an anniversary piece that was launched in 2005 for the 25th anniversary of the Golden Bridge and the 50th anniversary of Corum as a whole, founded in 1955. So the watch is substantial. It's bigger than the original Golden Bridge, to be sure, but it's not huge. It's 30 millimeters wide as I measure it, 50.5 from lug to lug, 10.7 millimeters thick, and then it has a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. This model came out in 2005. The example in my hand was retailed in 2007. It's a substantial watch, and it's got a lot of presence, but it's not huge. I would call it a watch that's sizable, maybe full-sized, not oversized. It's a remarkably transparent vitrine for the movement. It is a beautifully visible thing that plays with lights in all sorts of light, shadow, and refractory fashions, depending on the angle. It is deeply beguiling and is probably going to get more attention and more questions from your average observer than any number of Rolex, Patek, or FP Journe watches. If you want something deeply different and yet with staying power and borderline iconic status, this is not a bad way to go. I think you'd probably wear it on a wrist as small as 15 centimeters circumference. Mine is 16, but that is the lower limit. It's sheer in profile, but thinner than it looks at under 11 millimeters thick, so it should be fine with a dress cuff. You have the key to Le Chaux de Fonds, the home of Corum. You can see we have gadroons that wrap all the way around the lugs on both sides. We have little windows in the side that allow us to better see the Vaucher-based movement, and you can see we have display case back, but you don't really need it when all the action is already on the dial side. You can see from both sides, there's plenty to see. Veritable case study in basic mechanical watchmaking. We have the crown, we have the barrel, we have the drivetrain, the hands, and the motion work at center, and then the balance and the regulator at the opposite end. Now, when you turn it over, you can easily see what we're dealing here. Corum has their own terminology for this. They call it the C0113. Well, that's all well and good, but it's clearly based on a Vaucher 7000 architecture. It is made of solid white gold, and it is immaculately hand-decorated. We have hand engraving, we have a sort of tremblage or grained texture, and you can see that these little volutes are actually raised and relieved above the media blasted or tremblage grained base. We also have anglage on the side, polished screws, and although it's a little bit difficult to see, you can see the pillars that separate the top and bottom of the baguette movement. They're actually sort of hourglass shaped and mirrored. The screws that are used are mirrored, a surprising refinement that I did not expect. A free-sprung balance for more precise adjustment and better shock resistance, 4 Hz beat rate, so 8 beats per second, and a surprisingly robust 40-hour power reserve for this 19-joule movement, and it is a solid gold movement a la FP Journe. 18-karat bridges and plates, and as you can see, really, it's a sandwich-style movement, almost a pillar movement like a vintage marine chronometer, with the train between and then pillars separating the top and the bottom from each other. It is gorgeous. You can see the little Vaucher star just below the balance structure, and it's 30 meters water resistant, so splash and rain exposure only. The watch made of white gold. It has a nice heft to it, but it's not quite as frumpy as yellow gold or even rose gold can be. It's perhaps the most viable daily driver variant of the Golden Bridge without going to one of the later and somewhat awkward tie bridge models. A really cool watch, and one that will gather no shortage of admiration and queries. So reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.